Hello boys and girls, short fun video here with the biggest epic fails in Season 2 that I have to live through in my Mythic Plus keys. They're in no particular order, but they're all from high keys 20 plus and above with people at 3k IO. The first one is an epic draw rather than epic fail. This is Mr. Trideborn who left the key as soon as we started. So as you can see, those exist at plus 20s as well, and I really think there should be some kind of punishment from Blizzard when this happens. Next on the list, the pillars in Halls of Infusion definitely make top 10s as they wiped so many keys of mine. On this one we just die on the explosion, but I actually have a whole series on my channel of all kinds of various ways when the pillars somehow manage to wipe us, either by popping magically in front of us or wiping us with the explosions as you just saw in this video. Moving on, we have this bear tanking 22 tyrannical freehold. It's a little hard to see because his transform is not actually a bear model, but he decided to jump inside of the tornadoes of Harland. And as you can imagine, that didn't end up very well for him. Even a bear cannot survive that, and we all died afterwards, so not a big deal. Moving on to Halls of Infusion, this happened so many times this season, it's not even funny, but there are many tanks that do not soak on the frog boss. And as a result, he becomes big red and starts doing a lot of damage, and you start typing to the tank, please soak the green circle, please soak the green circle, and you're pressing all your buttons trying to heal, and then the green circle pops up and the tank doesn't soak again. And you keep healing, you're trying to salvage the situation, but then when that happens for the third time on a plus 21 tyrannical key, well, at some point the damage just becomes too much. As I said, I had this happen so many times to me on different key levels, but as you can see, it even happens in plus 21s and plus 22s. Moving on to Notarian's Lair, we have to have some honorable mentions for the Ularok and his hands of whatever that pop out of the ground. Even at 3k IO in this plus 22, if you're running out of red tangling, as you can see, both the priest and the gooseneck got slapped pretty badly. Back to Halls of Infusion, on plus 21 Tyrannica we have a brave bear tanking the mini-boss, but unfortunately he got slapped off the bridge, so basically the mini-boss started killing us and we just started running back trying to salvage the situation. So some of us survived, the rest ran back, the bear also made it back, so we're fighting the mini-boss again, and guess what happens? He gets pushed again! At least this time we knew we were dealing with an idiot, so everybody just started running back as soon as he got pushed back and nobody died the second time. Next we get to my favorite group. These guys were just doing a weekly plus 21 and they were all plus 31, 3200 IO. So I was just supposed to get carried there until two of them just died to the bird charge during the first boss encounter. I guess it's fine, the boss is sub 50%, it's me and the hunter, and all of a sudden the hunter decides to die on the bird charge as well. So now it's only me and the tank left. Luckily, the boss is almost dead, so we managed to finish it and we continue on with the key. You know how freehold goes, we go to the bridge and then we end up pulling the guy that drops the ice traps. As you can see, the tank already hit one of the traps, which luckily didn't kill him, but then, as you would expect, the trapper drops new sets of traps. Surprising or not, the tank gets trapped immediately. He still manages to live through this one, but right after that he just walks on top of another trap and this time he simply dies. Of course at that point we wiped, and the funny thing is nobody said anything, all four guys just left the group and that was it. For the next one, we're still in Freehold, I guess there's something for that dungeon, and here we have Mr. Volker who decides to CC those mobs and just knocks them off the edge. They fell downstairs and pulled about 10 or 15 other mobs. I lost count pretty quickly. I did pop all of my cooldowns and I actually managed to keep everybody alive and we managed to kill most of these mobs, but the tank decided to chain pull the pack on the other side of the room that basically triggers the boss. However, somehow the boss spawned even before we killed that pack, and although we managed to still reset it the first time, we simply wiped when he spawned on top of us for the second time, and that probably remains one of the biggest and most epic wipes we had, considering the amount of failure and the fact that we almost somehow managed to pull it through. For the next one, watch the boss where Underrot and the tank for some reason decides to turn the boss just as he's casting the shockwave and manage to wipe us all, instead of killing the mushrooms, so I guess that must be in one of the top 3 epic failures. And while we are in the Underrod, that one is probably my favorite, this paladin just decided to bop himself just as the boss cast the indigestion, so the boss just turned around and killed us all. At the end of the day though, if I'm to give the number 1 spot to somebody, it must be Blizzard themselves. This is just a couple of weeks ago, so this is basically the end of the season, and for some reason we pull Rorschach and he just starts killing people left and right, with the tanks just standing there and watching us. Turns out, once we pulled, somehow they bugged out and they couldn't press a single button on their screen. And that's both of them. So the boss slowly killed everybody until they were the only 2 left alive. And then of course he tried to kill them as well, but no matter how hard and how long he hit them, they would just lose no HP. And because this is a boss fight, of course, we couldn't release or do anything. The tanks were alive, but they couldn't do anything, so they decided to just log out, but their characters remained in-game, and we stood there and we watched the boss hitting the tanks for the entire duration of 8 minutes. So, talking about epic failures, I guess Blizzard gets the first prize, thanks for wasting our time. And as you can imagine, I actually had so much more footage, but I just decided to pick these ones, which were from the highest keys that I've run and the biggest failures that happened inside of them. So I hope that you enjoyed watching this, and do let me know in the comments below what are your biggest epic fails this season as well, and if you can link some videos and some footage, maybe we can make another video with the selected ones from yourselves as well. Thanks for watching, I'll see you in the next video. Until then, happy healing and take care.